Yeah, all right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Just bear with me. I'm gonna see if just want to check the stream. Just want to check the stream. Again, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak. I want to say and give double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders, a great millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity, for ruling well, and salutations to the elect. Lord willing, wish some of those men and women who believe and fear the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm my brother Gabar YAHAWADAH from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another lesson. And it was inspired by this video that you see right here in front of you. Okay, and it's entitled Haitian Migrants in Ohio Turn to Faith Amid Deportation Fears, right? And at first I was going to kind of focus on the fact that I'm going to touch on it a little bit, but, you know, Jake went into the wrong God, you know, they run into their idols instead of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Now, I would say, well, maybe they don't know, but the word is out there, right? Since Trump is turning, these Jakes from these different countries, they come to America and they put their trust and faith in this place, right? They can live a better life than they could if they were in Haiti. You know, some of these people are already residents, but a lot of them are not, right? Or naturalized citizens. And you see in these churches, it's nothing but women, right? They're doubtful anyway, automatically, right? You know, they claim they got faith, they claim they believe in the Lord, but the God that they believe in is not the God of the Bible, right? Even though they have the Bibles in their hand, they'll say Jesus, Jesus, God, 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 but they don't know the Lord, all right? They don't know the Lord at all, okay? Like the scripture says, I bear them witness they have zeal. Let me get that real quick. They have zeal. But yeah, this is the book of Romans chapter 10, verse 2. Romans 10, verse 2. You can't see it. I'm just going to bring it up. One of you brothers can post it on the comment board. But Romans 10 and 2, it says, for I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge, not according to the truth, right? In the GNT, right? In the GNT, that same precept, and Romans 10 and 2. Romans 10, verse 2, and the GNT says, I can assure you that they are deeply devoted to God, but their devotion is not based on true knowledge. And you can tell that when these Jakes up in these churches calling on Jesus Christ, calling on God, or whoever they're calling on, because it ain't just Christianity that they're all into, or Catholicism that they're all into, or evangelical Christianity. You got them going to their botanicas, right? Trying to seek some type of reprieve and answers to what's going to happen to them, because they're afraid that they're going to be put out the country and be thrown back into Haiti, which Haiti is a hellhole right now, right? It was destabilized by the Edomite nations, right? They prop up these weak governments, right? These puppet governments, right? They prop up these gang leaders, and these people are running from violence. You know, I'm not saying that all these people are violent people, absolutely not. Like, they're running from instability, persecution in their own country, so they come run to Egypt. But when you run to Egypt, you still don't have the truth, right? Again, that same precept, Romans 10 and 2 in a GNT says, I can assure you that they are deeply devoted. Yeah, they're devoted to God, but what God? But their devotion is not based on true knowledge, right? And that's what you want to see in this video right here. That's the first portion that I want to kind of get into. So let me play this real quick.
Intimidated, panicking for the folks in the community, because we are living a very uncertain time, specifically with all those executive orders that have been signed. It's a little bit frustrating because people with a temporary status here or any other immigrants, they feel a little bit threatened to deportation. You know, when your mindset is not stable, because of uncertainty, not knowing what will be happening tomorrow.
Yeah, which all of that goes back to the scriptures, to the curses. Another example of how you know that we are the Israelites. All right, the scripture says that there was going to be no surety of life, man. There shall be no surety of life. KJV. Right, that's one of the curses that was put on our people for our disobedience. Right, let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28 and 66. And one of you brothers can post it up on a comment board. I'm gonna want to keep that video there. So let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy 28 and 66, which I'm actually bring out verse 65 too. Right? Deuteronomy 28 and 66 says this. It says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. And that's what you see in that, well, you just heard it in that video, right? These Haitian immigrants, they don't have no surety of life, right? And where they consolidated at in small communities where people speak the same language, eat the same food, same culture, same vibration, right? But they're scared that they're next, and they are, right? They're on the chopping block. Esau looks at you so-called Negroes, Latinos, even Native Americans. Trump has got to think about Native Americans, trying to question their validity on being here, right? But they don't do that to these other nations, which I'm going to prove that to you too, particularly to these other Edomite nations like the Ukrainians, okay? Right? So again, Deuteronomy 28:66 says, and thy life shall hang in doubt, thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night. They don't people afraid right now, bro. And shall have no assurance in life. Let's read that in a GNT, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 66 in the GNT. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and 66 in the GNT says, your life will always be in danger day and night. You will be filled with terror, and you will live in constant fear of death. And that's what these people are fearing, right? This is another sign that we are the Israelites, all right?
It creates that kind of issue with your mental health.
So
if they're not going to go run to Jesus Christ, then they go run to their botanicas.
A lot of calls. A lot of people are asking me, should we leave Ohio? Should we go elsewhere? Or should we come outside of the house at all? What should we expect? Is there any word about ICE being in Ohio? Kind of calls, but I always...
Yeah, this dude, he's the owner of Malacca Botanica, which we already know that's witchcraft too in itself, just like Christianity. But this is some other witchcraft right here, right? They run into their idols, they run into their shamans, right? They cover themselves with the spirit, but out of the Most High, right? Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's what they're doing, right? Because they're looking for some type of reprieve and some type of help, right? But their hope is misplaced, right? You look into your idols, right? Eventually you're going to run to Trump and beg him, right? You look into Jesus Christ, right? That ain't going to help you. Your devotion is misplaced. And these people don't have answers, but we here, starting with the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, the prophets of the Lord, we have the truth. We understand why these things are happening. These things were prophesied to happen. It was going to be uproars of the people. It was going to be separation with the nations, right? That they were going to come down on Jake. Revelation 12:12. Somebody can put that on the comment board. But Jake don't want to hear that. You just want to hear that God loves everybody, the love of Christ, right? But you don't see, but when danger approaches you, you don't understand why it's happening. Because you're not set on the foundation. And the foundation you do have is not a strong one.
Have the same answer. I tell everybody to stay, have the same answer. I tell everybody to stay, but I always have the same answer. I tell everybody to stay calm, wait for further instruction.
Yeah, these niggas really believe that they serving the Lord doing this bullshit, right? This dude is over here poverty pimping his own people and can't give them no strong answers, man. Right? Also, too, you can get Reverend the water, brother, and I'm gonna read it too in a second. Also, can you get Isaiah 33:6, man? And knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, right? Knowledge of what? Knowledge of the truth of YAHAWADAH. See, when these things happen, we're not getting all excited. Yeah, we understand these things that are happening, but we know that YAHAWADAH is with us. He ain't with these people right here. That's why they don't have no understanding, no assurity. They don't even have strength and salvation, right? They just dancing, you know, a bunch of church full of women, few men, right, who are stuck in that Catholicism, Christianity, but Christianity can't help them. It can't give them no answers.
Today we don't have much people we usually have in the church today because people worried about the thing. So, and I think the pastor was make a point about it to let the people know they don't have to be scared. They have to be alert, not to scare.
You think the Lord is hearing this shit right here? These niggas are gonna be on the first banana boat back to Haiti, bro, when this man comes down, because all these jigs are getting scared.
God, hey, protect your God, hey.
To be scared, they have to be alert, not to scare.
I just ask God, hey, protect your people, because I can do nothing. Only you can so protect them. The
Lord don't see these people as his people right now, because you're in a heathen state, right? He don't look at you as his people right now. You jakes that's in the world that's doing this shit right here, you're off, man. And even the nations, they don't even want you here. You're going to see the contrast between so-called black immigrants and then the so-called white immigrants. Right now, we're focusing on Haiti, which is the tribe of Levi. But then you're going to see how the comment board extremely switches when it comes to the so-called Ukrainians.
Because my last prayer in the service to ask God to protect them.
And these are a bunch of faithless women right here, bro. Silly women laden with iniquity, man. Right? That's what you see right here. Their pastors ain't going to be able to give them no answer when all hell breaks loose. Real quick, I just want to go to the comment board. The brother had posted it up. Isaiah, a couple of brothers, GMS and his likeness, as well as YAHAWADAH posted it up. Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times." Right? So when all these things are happening, we understand why they're happening. We truly understand who's bringing it, what power is bringing it, which is YAHAWADAH, right? So it's going to keep us, it's keeping us stable in these times. We ain't running around here thinking like, oh man, they're going to come snatch me up. I don't know what to do. Hey, you got to have faith, brother. You got to have hope. You got the tools, faith, charity. You got fasting and praying, all of that. These people ain't got that. They ain't doing that. And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. While these people are fearing Esau, we fearing YAHAWADAH. And this is what we're trying to tell Jake, but they ain't trying to hear it. Right? They know everything. You know, they have all the answers, but they don't have the answers of how to protect themselves. And they're hoping their damnedest that Esau don't kick them up out of here. Right? I want to go to the comment board because check this out. See how these people feel about these so-called Haitians, man. It says they should talk to that woke bishop. She will help them for sure. Right. Yeah. And they call her because it's a woman in power, right? Or a woman in a position of power, right? The woke bishop. I don't know which woke. Oh, that woke bishop was the woman that was at Trump's church ceremony last week. You see, look how rude and rude and unmerciful these comments are when it comes to the Haitians. It says they should talk to the woke bishop. She will help them for sure. Somebody else says deport. Somebody else says I probably would only feel for them if they are legal. if they're illegal immigrants residing there in Ohio, other than that, the U.S. government has the right to deport them. You see, either you're legal or you're not. You better pray that you're legal migrant worth. You better pray that you're a legal migrant worth your merit, right? See, you see how, and that whole thing's coming from Trump. Trump said that they're going to start, they got rid of the DEI, diversity and inclusion, and that it's just going to be a merit-based society again, right? So these people, they have no heart for these people, right? They telling, hey, you better hope that you're legal, and if you're not, you better pray that you're a legal immigrant worth your merit. It says these people have suffered so much more than we can imagine. They are a beautiful people that we should be learning from, and nobody cares. Somebody says they destroy their country and now they're trying to destroy another. You see that? You see, this is what Esau thinks of you so-called Haitians, right? You get lumped up with Negroes, so we will call you Negroes, right? But you so-called Haitians, man, that's what they think about you. They should pray to their countries for their country's betterment and strengthen to fight back civil rights in their own country. You see that? Turning to the least reliable thing. This is why humanity needs to go. And they say that turning to the Lord is least reliable. Well, it's least reliable because you turn into Jesus. So that ain't going to help you. That is least reliable, right? It says status pray. It says, I don't know what this is. Status pray to the federal government. That's why they need to go. You see this? Don't be worried. The C-17 is a great plane to ride back to Haiti on. I give it 5 stars. I jumped out of it many times. You see how these Edomites feel about him? It says Trump will be thanked for having such a loving heart on Judgment Day, along with the supporters and non-voters. You mean voodoo? You see, cats and dogs can breathe a little easier. You see that? You see the hatred that these people have, the visceral hate. Now, I'm gonna stop right there and I'm gonna share another video. Check this out. Hey, this man's the devil, man. He don't give a fuck about you, Jakes, but nobody want to listen. Everybody think that it's all good, and it ain't. It ain't all good at all to you. So check this one out. Ukrainian refugees desperate for entry. This was 2 years ago, right? Look how watch the whole dynamics of this versus the Haitian one.
They wait and wait and wait. They wait and wait and wait some more, hoping to be among the 100,000 Ukrainian refugees the Biden administration has vowed to take in.
Where are you from?
Kiev.
Alina and Olya are sisters trying to make it to relatives in New York after life in a war zone became too much.
We're sleeping and bombs, and our babies are so small, so we need to woke up them, get dressed, and run to a more safe place.
The sisters already have U.S. visas, but their 4- and 6-month-old babies do not. The baby's fathers left behind in Ukraine.
If we won't have a babies, we would stay with our husbands. We don't want to live without them.
Everyone in line here has a different story, but they all share one goal: to make it to the United States. What's your biggest fear right now?
That my visa will be declined, she says. This is the 3rd day Americans Anthony and Oksana Errett from Florida have waited in line trying to get a visa for her 84-year-old mother, Hannah.
She's in a wheelchair and a walker, and she's alone, and we have a flight back to the United States in a week, and we can't get an appointment until June 27, 2022. How is she going to survive?
In countries bordering Ukraine, U.S. embassies are inundated. In Poland, the wait time for a visitor visa appointment is 125 calendar days. In Moldova, at least 10 months. Be among the 100,000 Ukrainians take in.
Where are you from?
So they got these these are stereotypical. These are the immigrants Trump and these Edomites want in this country. They want people that look like them. They don't want people that look like you so-called Negroes. Now, watch how the outpouring of these people go from hating to the people of Ukraine. Even though it's just 2 years ago, this is how they feel. It says, years to come, the babies, when adults, will be thankful to their moms who came to America for a better life. God bless America, right? Somebody says unacceptable and this is disgraceful. Why? That it's taking too long for them people to get visas. When you mean disgraceful, do you mean that them trying to immigrate to the U.S. or them being rejected? They're talking about them being them being rejected. But when it came to Haiti, it was like deport, put them on the C-17. It says, the thought of those moms being separated from their babies breaks my heart. But you think them Haitians ain't got kids? But there was no outpouring to them. It says, don't worry, they're white. You see? What does skin color have to do with this? It says everything. They got on horses and whipped the hate. Look, oh, this is spiritual. Everything. They got on horses and whipped the Haitians at the borders, but welcome Ukrainians with open arms. You see? This is all spiritual. I didn't put this together. The Lord put this together. Do what? No one ever whipped anybody. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It says they can stay in Ukraine, but they prefer use opportunity to move to another country to enjoy a higher standard of living. Right? Because, and you think that the people in Haiti don't want that? But you see the contrast from Haitians to Ukrainians, which they consider white, right? Because they can melt into the Edomite population if they just don't open their mouth, right? They'll just assume that these are two stereotypical white women, blonde hair, blue-eyed white women, right? With their babies. They try to get their babies visas, right? But when they come to Jake, it's the port, get them out of here. You see? So this is hypocrisy at its best. It says, I never thought in my life refugees are from Europe, and I never thought Russia would attack residential buildings. What you think they're doing in Haiti? They're attacking residential buildings. They're attacking people. They destroy people. Matter of fact, let me stop sharing this and go back to the let me go to the other board. Hold on, brothers. Let me share this. Right? You see, it ain't no heart for Jake, bro. It ain't no heart for Jake. When they come to our people, they don't give a damn about you, man. That's why you shouldn't put your faith in these people, bro. And I'll guarantee you, when all hell breaks loose here in America, when the missiles go off in America, these people that are running over here, they're going to wish that they wasn't here, because that's how bad it's about to be over here. Somebody says, I adored a girl who was talking about the babies. Her less than perfect English is endearing, right? I hope she and her sister have a great lives in America, and I pray their husbands will join them. You see? No one to say these words for Jake. This is, there are already too many people here in the U.S. who's going to pay for them shaking my head. What America will. U.S. against our will. It says they're going to work and find a job that you don't want. So relax. Somebody says people like cheap work more than they came for luxury cars. They don't want to work for a society at all. Says why don't they settle in the EU? Exactly. There is an urgent need to initiate peace talks in the place of asking for weapons and sanctuary, blah, 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 blah. Welcome. I hope you can find peace while you're here. All these goodly and kind words. But when they came to Jake, what they tell you? Deport. They should talk to that woke bishop that she will help them for sure. I probably would only feel for them if they're legal immigrants residing there in Ohio. Somebody else said the cats and the dogs are safe now. U.S. government has the right to deport them. You see? Either you're legal or you're not. You better pray that you're a legal migrant worth your merit. You see? No good words came to the so-called Haitians. Trump will be thanked for having such a loving heart on Judgment Day, blah, blah, blah. It says cats and dogs can breathe easier. Faith, okay. The problem is no documentation because they entered the country illegally, which you don't know that. Don't people have temporary status? So they had to come here some way. Maybe a lawyer would be more helpful, or packing bags to go back home. You see? No love. They didn't enter illegally. They had temporary. Exactly. Now let's look up what temporary status is. A lot of you people that's on the internet, they don't know shit. They don't know anything about anything, right? They just speaking out of their heart, the hatred that they have out of their heart. Right? But they really hate Jake. Temporary protected status, or TPS, is a program that allows certain non-citizens to live and work in the United States for a limited time. It is granted by the U.S. government to people from countries that are unsafe to return. Right? So here it is. These Jakes, they can't go back to Haiti. Haiti's a fucking hellhole, bro. Right? These people eating mud pies. It's gang violence. It's military violence. Right? These are people too, right? But see, these people don't look at you so-called blacks West Indians and Haitians as people. They don't see, and Latinos, they don't see you as people. They see you as a burden on society. Again, these people are typically law-abiding citizens. You don't see a whole bunch of Haitians running around marauding the U.S. You got wild niggas out there doing it, but you don't really see Haitian people doing that. You don't see the vast majority of hard-working, civilized Mexicans doing that. You got a group of them. You have a small minority of them, but they focus on the minority and how you thinking that the minority is the majority. And again, these people going to church, they supposedly going to church looking for some spiritual guidance, and they ain't getting it. And on top of that, the people that are watching this video, they like, go back. They don't want you here. Nice drink, nice drama to garner sympathy. You see, but they didn't say that about these people. They didn't say that about the quintessential white woman, so-called white woman from Ukraine, which the Ukrainians, they come to America, they getting HUD vouchers, they on Section 8, but their Section 8 and HUD vouchers are way different than the ones that are given to people you would deem as so-called Black or Latino, right? They get pushed into the ghetto while they get pushed into the middle class and upper middle class areas. And no one questions their validity there. No one questions or asks them, well, how much you paying for your house? They get to live in these magnificent, well-manicured neighborhoods, and no one asks a question. That's hypocrisy, bro. And that's why you ain't supposed to seek this man for help, right? This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2. That walk to go, I'll start at 1 again. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, YAHAWADAH, that take counsel, but not of me. And you see Jake doing that. And cover what they're covering, but not of my spirit. That all that Christianity, evangelical Christianity, voodoo, botanicas, all of that shit is, all of that, it ain't the move. That they may add sin to sin, because that's all you're doing is adding sin to sin. That's why they run to these religions, because these religions ain't gonna, these religions and their leaders, they're not going to condemn what they're doing by the word of the Heavenly Father. They just gonna let them do what they want. That walk to go down into Egypt, America is spiritually Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's what those jakes are doing. They're trusting in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because when it don't work out for you, you're going to wonder why. You're going to be confused. Like, wait a minute. I did everything I was supposed to do. I got the paperwork. I stood in these long lines. I went to my appointments. I showed up. I paid my taxes. I worked hard. I kept my head down. Verse 5, they were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, right? Esau can't profit us, right? Their Christianity ain't going to profit you. Voodoo ain't going to profit you. The Botanica ain't going to profit you. None of that's going to profit you. They were all ashamed of a people that could not profit them, nor be a help, nor profit, but a shame, also a reproach, man, right? And a lot of these people, when that shit come out, a lot of them immigrants, they're going to run to get it because they want to be a part of this man's system. And they believe that God is with them, right? But their help and their hope is misplaced, man. And on top of that, these nations, they don't care about you, right? None of these nations that you're running to seek help, they don't even feel bad for you, right? Jeremiah 15:5. For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside and ask how thou doest? And the NLT says, who will feel sorry for you, Jerusalem? And none of these nations feel sorry for us. Who will weep for you? None of these nations is weeping for our people. Who will even bother to ask how you are? Nobody. For thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord, thou art going backwards. Therefore I will stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. And that's right. That's why you see Jake in his lowest state, right? That's why wherever our people are at, destruction, death, turmoil, no assurity of life, it looms over our people. Because we left the Lord, right? And time again, we repented, and then we kept doing the same thing over and over. And Jake is still doing that even to this day. These people think that this is not wrong, right? Going to this so-called church, seeking some type of help. This nigga can't even give them biblical help. We can. because we got the knowledge of Yahweh by Shai, but they don't want that. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that, you know, God loves everybody, and that for some miracle Jesus is gonna make a turn for them and not have them locked up, right? ICE arrest raid at Atlanta's Hartfield. Let me go to this real quick. You can't hear it, but I'm just I just want to see. I just want to see who did they lock up at Hartsfield Airport. Jakes. You see, Jake is the face of immigrants being arrested. You ain't seen not one illegal Russian, Ukrainian. No, you ain't see that. Chinese, East Indian, because you think Arab, you think that ain't none of them illegal over here. But Jake is the face, man. They rolling on Jake, man. Look. Dude was working. He was just working. And they locked him up while he was on the job. And who is the dangerous criminal aliens? You Jakes. But they ain't gonna say that. They're gonna try to hide it under something else. But they look at you, they look at us as the dangerous criminal aliens. They don't look at these people as potential fucking threats to America's national security. They look at you Israelites as a threat to national security. You so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, Latinos, man. Right? And this is all a part of Revelation 12 and 12. Let's get that. Revelation 12 and 12. You see, nobody want to listen. Nobody want to listen to all hell break loose, and then now everybody want to get right. Down the camps, people want to come show up to the camp, try to hunt you down. Come on, man. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that he's coming down on who? He's coming down on the tribes, because he know that he has a short time. Right? This man ain't your friend. He ain't your buddy. Right? He don't have your best interest. When they talk about getting these immigrants up off the streets, it's talking about you so-called Negroes and Latinos, man. Meanwhile, Trump said some time ago that why can't more white immigrants come to America? It ain't like America is the top place. It's other places in Europe that's better than America. Why would they want to leave their countries that's stable to come over here and deal with the shit they got to deal with over here? The bureaucracies over here, right? Now people do it, but mainly it's Israelites from these different nations down South America and the Caribbean islands trying to get over here in West Africa, right? So, but Trump ain't gonna tell you that this is a move on so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They hide it through a vague title called immigrants. But they're immigrants from other nations. Why they ain't getting locked up? I ain't seen not one Chinese. They ain't go to Chinatown and raid Chinatown and get them triads the hell up out of here. They're criminals. They're a criminal organization. Deportations rise as agents arrest hundreds of migrants. And those migrants are not white people. Not one. I ain't seen not one on the news. None of them. They all Jakes. All so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. And you're gonna be throwing some regular, some naturalized citizens over the border wall too, because they don't care. They don't want you here, right? They want. If it ain't white, it ain't right. That's what they want. These are all Israelites. Yeah, because everybody hiding. They hiding. They trying to get the hell up out of Dodge because they don't want to be the next victims of Esau's wrath. But it's coming. This man know his time is up. Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, it's judgment, and it's a hypocrisy too at its finest. This is Lamentations 2:15. All that passed by, clap their hands at thee. They hiss and they wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, "Is this the city of that men call perfection of beauty? The perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?" Because when they look at us today, we don't seem that way. These different nations, they happy that we're at a lower state that we're in, and they can do whatever they want with us. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee, right? Including the nation of Edom. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, "We have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we look for. We have found it. We have seen it," right? They happy that they're swallowing Jacob. They're happy that they're getting rid of you, and they blanket, what they call it, blanket grabbing people up, right? Oh, Trump is really making it he's doing what he said he's going to do. He's keeping his word. He's cleaning up these streets. He's getting these illegal migrants and violent criminals out of here. My man said, "I'm not a criminal. I'm a good guy. I pay my taxes." Yep. He said, "I'm not a criminal. I pay my taxes. I do everything right." And then look, the closed captions is off, man. Robbery and gun charges. he didn't say that. This dude didn't say that at all. And in fact, let me share this with the screen. And you see hypocrisy, bro. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Nobody listens until it's too late. Salakia, bro. Present, share, right here. Let me play it. Let me rewind it. Listen to this.
Spent prison time for robbery and gun charges.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a good.
They arrested men from Iraq and Belize, convicted criminals who spent prison time for robbery and gun charges.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a good guy. I pay my taxes. I do everything right. You know what's going to happen to me? They're going to grab me too. You know, they're not going to check right now.
We've seen examples of resistance throughout Hispanic neighborhoods, including these signs instructing immigrant men and women to push back and block federal agents from entering their homes. But the reality is, new polling shows 65% of Americans strongly support deporting immigrants convicted of violent crimes.
But it ain't everybody. Like this man said, he pay his taxes. He do the right thing. But they're not going to look to his paperwork and see. They're just going to grab him up, toss his ass the fuck up out of here. Because this man coming down. Jacob's trouble is coming, bro. This is got to be the early throes of it. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Right? Jake running around here just being in a criminal mindset, a riotous mindset. They're going to grab everybody. Everybody's getting lined up. Everybody's getting lined up. Okay? This ain't a game, man. I try to tell you, but Jake don't listen ever. You niggas don't listen. This is Hosea 5:15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early. Right? They're going to look for the Lord early in their affliction. When they really being afflicted, they're going to be ready to hear this truth. They're going to be ready to hear what's going on, what the Lord has to say. But in a lot of cases, it's going to be too late. Because when the Lord called, you didn't take heed. You didn't take heed. You just did what you wanted to do. You thought you were going to live a good life, a solitary life in America and enjoy the fruits of it. But now, hey, man, you're on a chopping block, right? You're on the chopping block. New York prepares for mass deportations. ICE is actually raiding homes and deporting people, man. Yeah, so there's a lot going on right now, man. And I just wanted to bring this out. I saw it and the spirit just jumped on me to do a lesson on it. Yeah. Let me get some precepts off the comment board. Job 20:4-5. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the trifling of the wicked is short and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment, right? And no one is more of a hypocrite than Esau Edom. So his joy is only going to last for a moment until it's over, right? Until it's over. So, yeah, this has been the hypocrisy of America's immigration standards. I hope you were edified. I hope you got something out of it. The water for you brothers on the comment board. You select Aquaf that's watching these videos. I hope you're edified with that. I will say shalom on to the next.